Reloading dies. 2 die sets, 3 die sets, crimp roll crimpers, collets. What are these things and what do they mean? What are the difference between brands and features? Well, I'll try to help you with what little I know. First of all, if you'll look over here, you'll see these gold die cases. These are Lee. There are probably more Lee dies sold in the USA than the rest of them, and partially because they're very inexpensive. And that's a double-edged sword. If you're not going to use them that often, if you're only going to do handfuls at a time and you're reloading for accuracy, Lee makes an awful good set of options, calibers, spread between, like this 300 Win Mag. It's a 3 die set. 2 dies. But the down part to this is they're not really very good dies. One of the things, I don't know if I can take this apart quickly enough, but this is a decapping die, and it works off of its sizes and decaps. This piece here is called the collet. This piece in the middle here is called the mandrel. And I don't know that the camera can pick this up, but the metal is really not a high quality, high strength. And this mandrel is scratched all 2 pieces from having done nothing more than size some brass that was a little on the narrow side. First time virgin brass, nickel plated brass. It was just a little thin, and as this mandrel went through there to size the neck, it just ground out. The brass was actually able to cut and groove and just grind this stuff down. And they are good dies. They're economical dies, but they're not made with the best materials. Another feature of the Lee dies that I don't necessarily consider a plus is the type of nut that they use. They use just this cheap aluminum, and it's very much aluminum, something very lightweight, and it screws around the die, does a pretty good job there, but there's no way to set it. It has these little rubbery O-rings, and they're supposed to kind of just snug down in your press, but they're not very precise, and they don't stay in place when you take the die in and out of the press. Here's one of the dies I do use. You see I've got actually a Hornady nut on there. It's a split ring, and when you get it adjusted properly, you tighten that set screw down and it clamps it. And what that does is it makes it so that as you screw the die in and out, from operation to operation, or day to day, or month to month, year to year, however you reload, it means you don't have to reset it for your particular RAM and press. It just keeps you from having to mess with it every single time you load the die. Lee dies don't come with a good nut. They come with this little aluminum job, and like I say, you put it in there whenever you screw your die in. It kind of wants to stop for just a little bit, and you always get a little bit more twist than you need, a little less twist than you need. It's just not a very, in my way of thinking, it's not a very prime way to do your dies. I like something like this where, and just about everybody else does this, they give you a split ring nut, which is a more expensive nut to make, more expensive part. It's also steel versus aluminum, but once you clamp that thing down, you can screw it into and out of your press repeatedly, and it's not going to change its position. And that is a little bit something I'm not real happy with the Lees, but there's easily a way around it. You just buy somebody else's nut.